everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and today we'll talk about the Samsung Galaxy Ring after 9 days. Now, the reason why I'm saying after 9 days is because that is how long it took me to get this from 100% down to about 7 or 8%. Then I decided to just charge it up. So I was able to get more than 7 days of battery life, and that is because I didn't only have the Galaxy Ring. I believe you would get exactly 7 days with the Ring if that is the only wearable you have. If you're also wearing the Galaxy Watch, what'll happen is that they'll actually work together, but what'll happen is that the Ring will just default to only taking a look for your heart rate as well as all of your sleep information. Now, if I take my watch off or if my watch dies or anything like that, then the Ring will pick up all the slack and bring the battery life down to 7 days. Now, when I put this Ring on, it was put on August 2nd, which is Friday at 7:30 p.m. Today is August 11th. That was when I started charging it at 7:30, which gave me exactly 9 days where I was still down at 7 or 8%. So it's at this point I decided to charge the Galaxy Ring. You can actually see that little blinking light right there. Now, it's really not that noticeable during the day. I just have all of the lights turned off, especially my main light right there. The only light source I have is actually from my monitor. So we're sitting at 7%, and I wanted to show what it looks like if you took the Ring off, so this way you'd be able to tell the battery life. So anytime you take the Ring off, after a few seconds, it should either blink red or green. If it's blinking red, that means that you are at 15% or less for battery life. And if it's blinking green, you are above 15%. So when we put the Ring on, it was August 2nd at 7:30 p.m. Right now, today, it is August 11th, 7:30 p.m. You can see right there. So that means that not only did we get the 7 days that was stated from Samsung, but we got a full additional 2 days. And that is because I am using and paired up basically the watch and the Ring at the exact same time. So both of them don't have to do all of the tracking by itself. The Ring will actually track my heart rate and all of my sleep monitoring. The watch will do everything else, which is why instead of us getting 7 days, I was able to get a full, easy 9 days with a little bit of change left, which I think this will maybe get me all the way until I wake up, but I wanted to show this little red blinking light. So at this point, I'm going to go through and just charge with the case itself. I'm not going to plug the case in. My case is sitting at 100%, which means that with this case here, it should take 80 minutes to do a full charge. And also, this case itself holds 1.5 charges, which means that more than likely, when I charge my Ring, this thing will maybe go all the way down to like maybe 50%, which we'll take a look at that here, when it is all done. So all I'm going to do now is place it on the charger. I'm going to let this thing charge up. It actually states that my case is now at 94%. So with it just sitting in my drawer for the last 9 days, I guess a little bit of the percentage went away. So we'll just go through and let this thing charge up, and then we'll go through some of the features and the benefits of having the Ring, and so far my experience with the Galaxy Ring after 9 days. Now, I guess with the Ring off, I'm going to take it off the charger, and I'm going to show you what it looks like if you are trying to find my Ring. So the light is already off. I'm going to take advantage of a little bit slightly darker of a setup, and I'm going to hit on Find My Ring. Now, when you're trying to find your Ring, all it'll do is use all the other Samsung Galaxy devices around. It'll actually ping the Ring so you know exactly where it is, hopefully with an address. But if you know you're in your house and you're trying to find it, if you hit the blink light option, it's just going to start blinking these lights. And so hopefully this will be a way that you'd be able to find your Ring somewhere if it's, dark or just another area of the room that you didn't look at just yet. I kind of wish that there's a little bit of a vibration motor with this, because if it was on a table, you'd definitely be able to hear, the vibration of the Ring itself, since it is made of titanium. But again, at least this is better than nothing. You have these blinking lights that are going around, and also it is banging off of the inner circle on the other side. So hopefully this is a way that you'll be able to find your Ring if that is what you're, if you accidentally misplaced it or lost it. So now we're going to go ahead and just fully charge this Ring. It's going to be only in the case itself, just because I want to test the case charging ability. It's supposed to take 80 minutes for a full charge. So that's an hour and 20 minutes. And also too, you should be able to get a 1.5 charge from the case itself. So that means that if this was to go from 0 to 100%, then that means that if I had to charge the ring again, it would go from 0 to 50. So here we are sitting at 100% for the Galaxy Ring. We were able to make it just before 9 p.m. to get the full charge, which is exactly what I expected. If we actually ran this battery all the way down to 1 or 0, it would still be charging all the way until 9 p.m. because it takes an hour and 20 minutes. So taking the ring off the case, we are at 100% for the ring and 38% for the case itself. Now through the application of the Galaxy Wear, that's where I can see the 38%, and then it goes away, kind of immediately, or you can press the button to see where you are at. So 50% would have been a little bit higher. I believe we would have been sitting right around maybe 42% if this one was actually at a full 100. But yeah, pretty much everything is lining up. It takes 80 minutes to fully charge from the case to the ring from 0 to 100%, and you will get about basically 1.5 charge from the case itself. So if I run this all the way back down to 0, then I'd be able to put it right back up to right around 50%. So that portion of the charging video where I showed it being lowered and also showed how you're able to also find my ring. So this way, if you'd like to find the ring, you are able to because the lights on the inside will blink. And one of the other indicators you have is when you take a look at the ring itself, if you're at 15% or less, it'll blink red. But if you are above 15%, so basically either between 100 to 16%, you'll be able to see these blinking green lights. So this way you don't have to look at your phone to see what your battery percentage is. You can just look at the ring itself. Now my experience with the ring, it is very comfortable. It's just like any other ring that you would wear. I did have to get used to it when it came down to this phone right here, because sometimes what'll happen is this ring will actually hit my power button. And so I did have to just kind of get used to that. Other than that, it fits just like any other ring. It's also super light versus my wedding ring. So the wedding ring is much heavier than this ring over here. It's probably, this ring, the Galaxy Ring, is probably at least a third of the weight of my wedding ring. Now, for some of the features that you can do with this ring, so how it can kind of help you with your day-to-day life, is let's say maybe you have an alarm that is going off. So if we head over inside of here, and let's say that we just wanted to turn on an alarm that'll go off here in 1 minute. Now with my alarm going off, I'm getting the notification on the watch, I'm getting it on the phone. Basically, this is super accurate because this ring is on my finger. You just do a double pinch and then you're able to stop the alarm. So if you're wearing your ring, which more than likely you are, because I believe you to take off your watch more than a ring, anytime you have an alarm going off, just do a double pinch and it's able to turn off. It's also very helpful if you are inside of your camera. So let's say that we're just looking at our front-facing camera right here. If I was to go right here and I do a double pinch, what it'll do is it'll take a picture for me. Or if I was inside of video, again, it'll do the exact same thing. So I can just do a little double pinch. It's going to start recording, and it's very accurate, more than a watch itself, because with your watch, it's on your wrist and you're doing some things with your fingers. It just doesn't, interact and work well. But here you just do a double pinch and it's able to stop the video. So this has actually helped me create a video and take some photos. Super simple, rather than me putting my hand or showing my palm as an option. So if you're holding your phone so far out from you and you're just not able to simply tap on that little record button or photo button, all you'd have to do is just get your finger ready, do a little bit of a pinch, and bam, you have your photo taken. So again, super, super helpful. Now, inside of your Galaxy wearable application is pretty much where all of the magic is happening, because there is no display on here, so you're not really able to see what's going on, but you can take a look at your energy score, all of your sleep info, which is actually quite extensive, and also all of your information for heart rate. Now, this is where you have your health settings. This is where I have the activities to detect walking and running. The heart rate alert, I had all of those ones turned on. I also had all of my sleep information turned on for sleep, except for the snore detection. Also too, if you take a look at the gestures, I've had these on the full entire time. So all 9 days, these both were turned on. This is where you can take a look at any, if your ring has a software update. This is where you can do Find My Ring. So this way you can have other Samsung Galaxy devices pinging to find your ring. And you can also make the ring blink itself. Now, before we go inside of, the energy score, sleep, and heart rate, one of the things I do want to show you is down over here for the tips and user guide. This is where you can get a bunch of other information if I did not cover it in this video. This is where you can check your body's battery level, which we're about to do here in a second. You can get sleep insights and coachings, which again, it's very, very detailed of what we're about to look at. Get alerts for high or low heart rate. You can check your heart rate during workouts as well. So if you want to get some really good details and you're working out, you'd be able to get everything all listed out. Predict your menstrual cycle, and then keep tracking for longer. So as I mentioned before, I got more than 7 days, and it's because when you wear your Galaxy Watch and the Ring at the same time, your Ring will limit tracking to heart rate and sleep data to save power. If the watch runs out of battery or has difficulty recording data, or you just simply turn it off or you're not wearing it, tracking will resume on the Ring. So it'll do everything for you from the Ring itself. So if you're not much of a watch person, you can get everything done with a Ring. Then for wearing of it, basically this letting you know about the whole controlling of your phone with gestures, so your photos, videos, your alarm, which we've already covered. You can reconnect or pair with a new phone. So all you'd have to do is just press and hold on that button for 3 seconds for you to pair it with a new device. This is how you can check your battery level, which I showed you. So red light means it's at 15% or less. Above 15%, it'll blink green. You can also check the battery level of the case as well, or if you open it up immediately, it'll show you exactly where you are sitting and the best fit. So basically this little line that's underneath here, I actually always touch this little line, this little indicator, kind of like on your keyboard for F and J, that little line. So going up and taking a look at my energy score, we'd be able to see how I've done for these days. So sleep time average is good. Your sleep time consistency, at least for me, is good because I always go to bed at pretty much the exact same time. Bed wake time consistently, I'm also getting up at the exact same time as well. And you don't always have to keep going back to tap on all these. Once you tap on your energy score, you can just scroll through everything. You can take a look at your previous day activity. I know that I actually had my Ring off for a little bit the other day just because I was moving a bunch of asphalt and rocks and I didn't want to hurt the Ring as well. Take a look at your sleeping heart rate variability. If you ever want to learn about any of these, you can tap on the eye and it gives you all the information about what you are reading so you can fully understand it. So this right here was my energy score. This is giving you all the details for sleep. So my sleep time last night was the most that I ever had in as long as I can remember. I'm always getting up at 6:50. So this time I was actually able to get 2 additional hours of sleep, more than normal, which was actually pretty nice. So sleep time was 8 hours and 12 minutes. Physical recovery was 98%. Restfulness, 97%. Mental recovery, 95%. Sleep cycles, 5 times. Here's all my sleep stages. So you can see your REM sleep. You can see your light sleep, deep sleep. So you can see all of that all broken down for you. It says how long you were awake. So here's your REM, light, and deep. Blood oxygen during sleep. Here was a snoring data if I was to record it. The skin temperature during sleep, which was pretty wild to always see. The heart rate as well. So yeah, this just kind of gives you all the details of everything coming down to sleep. You can take a look at heart rate. So you can, take a look at all of your information here. So 88 beats per minute, 90, 81. Resting heart rate trends, 67 beats per minute. So this Ring just gives you so much details from sleep, energy score, your heart rate. We took a look at the gestures, some of the settings as well. So I pretty much had every single thing on. So again, I love this Ring. I think that if you're not looking at buying a new watch and you're looking at something that could be cheaper than a watch, but you still want to track everything, then this right here might be the way to go. It's very comfortable, very light, and you'd be able to get a sizing kit to put it on any finger that you would like. You have your case that's able to charge it from 0 to 100% in 80 minutes. The case itself holds 1.5 charge. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to share with this video. The most important thing out of it is that it's comfortable, it tracks everything, it's a perfect companion with the watch and your phone as well, so it can save a little bit of battery life by just bringing a few of the features to the Ring so the watch wouldn't have to, or the watch is doing a few things to make the Ring last longer. Samsung states it's 7 days, which means that you're only using the Ring for all of the tracking, but if you have a watch, it'll last longer, right around 9 days, just like mine. So hopefully you guys appreciated this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.